Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Lots Full podcast. Sorry we've been off. Uh, Host here, Dakota, he's been sick, and I was busy doing other things, so we didn't get an episode up. But we're good. Topic we're going to talk about today. Probably going to,
Couple of
well, yeah, you're right. Couple topics, and one of them might get into some feelings for some people, but that's okay. Um, but Another one, Dakota's done jumped down a rabbit hole again, like it normally does. So, where you
I'll
want to
let
start
you
at today,
start with
bud?
yours. I'll let you start with yours. What you got?
Okay, so big news is we've all seen it first of the month. Well, actually, it wasn't even the first of the month. Give me a second. Give you an actual date. Back in August, there was a U-turn accident involving a semi in Florida on the turnpike. Now, me and Dakota, we're both truck drivers for a living, besides us trying to become YouTube stars in our spare time. And
You
just
don't
kind
say.
of,
Where are you at right now, bud?
yeah, kind of in my semi truck having to do this instead of being at home. That's a whole different story for another day. So let's see here. Find the date. So the accident happened on August 12th on Turnpike in Florida, uh, near Fort Pierce, Florida. So this accident involved a sheep driver, or Indian driver, as some people know him as, um, that was not legally permitted to drive. Well, I know how I feel about it. I don't know how Dakota feels about it.
Yeah, you do.
Um, well, so there's some things with this that our president is trying to clear up, along with the rest of the administration. That there's been a rule on the books for since the 90s, from when CDLs come into play when they transitioned over from chauffeur's license. That all drivers are required to speak, write, understand, and comprehend English. Well, this particular driver decided to try to do illegal U-turn, in which, if he was able to read, like I think he should have been able to, but wasn't able to, he would have seen a sign that said, because there's an access on the Florida Turnpike, official use
Yeah, it's
only,
an emergency vehicle only.
right? Which is cops, ambulances, tow trucks, fire trucks. That does not mean for use for a semi truck, a passenger car, or any other normal citizen. And he was trying to turn from the right hand lane across and then go back the other way. The minivan that was involved with this accident had three people in it. They could not stop in time and they ran straight under his trailer. Killed all three. Two of them on scene, one later at the hospital. And sadly, um, these three individuals were immigrants from Haiti trying to do the right thing, become American citizens, work, and live better lives.
Yeah.
Now, the major issue with this is that, hell, I want to pronounce his name right.
You talking to the truck driver?
Yeah.
Harbinger Singh.
Yeah, Hardinger Singh. Should have never been allowed to get a commercial driver's license to start with.
Right.
Now, Hardinger Singh, some background on him. He illegally came to the United States in 2018 through Mexico. Okay. And come in, try to get a work visa, I believe, under the Trump administration in 2020. And then the Trump administration refused it. And later in June of 21, under the Biden administration, was granted it, even though he's an illegal alien or in the United States illegally. Now, the next problem is that also he wasn't should have never gotten a CDO since of his immigration status, since
Yeah.
he wasn't over here.
Unable to read and write English.
Right. Um, that's what I'm gonna.
But I know the answer to this. I know you know the answer to this. Care to tell everybody what state gave him his CDL?
California and Washington, which two states, including there's a handful of them, including the District of Columbia of 19, that do not require or say do not care what your immigration status is at the time of you applying for a CDL,
Right.
which means you can be illegal, you don't speak a lick of English, and you can get into an 80,000-pound death rig.
Yep.
Now, I don't know about you, I'm a truck driver. Other people have family members that are truck drivers. You're more than likely know someone that's a truck driver. I don't want somebody on the road with me that can't understand a basic sign.
And that's been something I've been saying for years with all these people coming over here that don't speak a lick of English, can't read it and everything. Everybody's like, oh, we got to put the signs in Spanish. Why? Why? If I go to Mexico, I know fully that their signs are going to be in Spanish. I'm either going to take somebody with me that can understand it, or I'm going to find a way to be able to understand those signs. Why do we need to accommodate people coming over here?
Exactly. That because the majority of what we speak here is English.
Right.
Now, there's two other English or languages that are spoken: Cajun French and Spanish.
Yep.
And that's it. Cajun French is in a small section of Louisiana, and then all your Spanish is spoken along the border
Yep.
heavily. So that means Laredo, Texas, McAllen, Texas, Nogales, Arizona, uh, Calexico, not Calexico,
Ruidoso, uh,
yeah,
Las Cruces.
El Paso,
Yep.
all towns like that where you have people traversing the border every day. And most people that live in those areas are bilingual due to the fact of that. But for the other 95% of the United States, we do not speak a secondary language. We speak English along with
Right.
other countries. So my thing is, this man was never supposed to get a CDL. He first gets a CDL, a full CDL, in the state of California, Washington, and then later turns around and goes and gets a CDL in the state of California, which is I want to say it was an interim CDL. Starts driving. Fast forward to a month prior to this wreck. Now, the law went into effect, well, went back to being enforced because under the Obama administration, the law was lax extremely of the read, write, understand, speak English. and then Trump put it back into enforcement in June. Well, in the month of July, which is 2 months after the law was put into effect, Singh was stopped by New Mexico State Police for speeding. Okay. Now, they have since released said video, which all the videos of what we're talking about with like the accident, the signs, the police encounter, will put them in with the video so that all y'all can see what we're talking about.
Now, I want to say this, and this is a little bit off topic, but I want to throw it out there because you know you're going to have those haters out there that are going to try to trip you up for being a hypocrite and everything with all this having to do with an illegal immigrant and everything. You
Right.
are currently in a truck, but you are not driving, correct?
Correct. Right. And so, I mean, I don't have a steering wheel in front of me.
Yes.
I'm on the passenger side.
I know the
But,
answer to that. I just had to make sure we said that so
oh
that
yeah. And
we
I
shut
will
that
also say this is that I don't have a problem with these people. I really don't.
down. Right.
My problem is that if you're going to immigrate over here, do it the right way. That's the only thing I've ever cared about. You
Well,
want to come
I
over here
heard
and
a
be a
rumor.
productive citizen. Good.
I heard a rumor, and it's just a rumor. I haven't seen any evidence to prove it or disprove it. But I
Mm.
heard a rumor there was a bridge issue with an illegal immigrant truck driver in Arkansas in 2019, and the rumor is that that was also Harbinger Singh.
So I went and looked this up. Um, that particular incident was not him.
It was
I
not.
think it was I think it was somebody with his last name.
Okay.
That was involved in that accident, but it was not Hardinger Singh that caused the bridge collapse.
Right.
It's kind of like when you hear the last name Patel. The last name Patel is synonymous with the like buying up all the motels, 7-Elevens, gas stations, all everything like that. There's a whole documentary um, that goes into that. But like I was saying though, just I don't have nothing against people wanting to immigrate over. Just do it the right way. Um, but as I was going to say is like when Singh was stopped in New Mexico back in July before this accident occurred, he should have been taken out of service and out of a truck then
Agreed.
because it shows Singh not being able to speak English very well or understand what was being said. Now, when the accident occurred in Florida, they administered an English proficiency test. It's a very simple test, from what I understand. Singh got 2 or 3 out of it's either 12 or 16 answers right.
And California just got caught. They were allowing people to go and take the English proficiency with communication devices in their ear.
And you know what? And that's wrong. That should not happen.
Agreed.
You should not have to use an AI piece of tech to be able to pass something. You should be able to pass it without any technology whatsoever.
Yeah.
So don't try to find loopholes around it because hey, truck drivers make great money. Yes, truck drivers make good money. We don't make like astronomical amounts unless you're specialized.
Right.
And specialized is like heavy haul, or you're hauling nuclear waste or stuff for the government.
So, did I ever tell you that story about my Cajun uncle?
No.
He was a truck driver back in the day.
Okay.
I mean, he'll tell you some stories about running 4 different paper logs, whatever.
Oh yeah.
But he got hired by the Department of Defense, okay? DOD.
Okay.
They told him, hey, you pick up this trailer at this location and you drive it to this location. You do not stop. He had to have a DOD employee riding with him, and he had a SUV in front of him and an SUV behind him with armed DOD agents.
Oh, wow.
Okay? He was not allowed to stop. If he had to use the restroom, he had to let the guy riding with him know, who then had to radio to the two SUVs. They would pull over to the nearest restroom. The SUVs would clear out, and they would go and clear the bathroom out completely. And then he was allowed to go, but he had to have somebody in the stall with him at all times.
That's crazy.
This is like the 80s. Well, he gets to where he's going, and the place they had him drop the trailer at, it was in the middle of the Nevada desert, and it was just a concrete slab with a street light over it. And they told him, pull in there, unhook the trailer, and get the fuck out. And so he pulled in there, unhooked the trailer, and he left. And he said as he was leaving, he could see in his mirror another truck coming from the other way to pick up the trailer. To this day, he has no idea what he was hauling. But they wouldn't let him stop at way stations or anything. There was a couple of times he said cops were behind him trying to pull him over, and the SUV behind him would just go and stop the cop. And the DOD agent riding with him told him not to stop.
Oh, wow.
To this day, he has no idea what he was hauling, but he got paid 6 figures for that load.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, I mean, that is crazy.
I asked him if he grew a third testicle after that load.
What'd he say?
He just chuckled and he said, no, I haven't found a third one yet.
Oh. That's funny.
But yeah, I got to get you talking to him. He can tell you some wild stories. He got paid 6 figures by the government to haul a full 53-foot trailer from one coast to the other. And all that was in that trailer was one 8.5 by 11 manila envelope. And they paid him 6 figures to do that.
That's weird.
Yeah. But he could tell you some stories. But going back to this Harbinger Singh guy.
Okay. No, go ahead.
Oh, I know what part pisses me off. What part pisses you off the most about this situation?
I think what really kind of did it in for me as I started seeing this petition going around, asking for lenience for this guy. And I'm sorry, but I can't see lenience in this type of situation. You're asking for lenience for a man because he got in a semi truck knowing that he didn't understand the road signs, knowing he was not. Yeah, exactly. He wasn't equipped to handle. Like, don't get me wrong. He may have been able to drive straight down the road. That's only part of the job. Yeah. Only part of it. But with him not being able to fully understand all the signage, what's to say that if this didn't happen, okay, a month later, he's going to cross a railroad track but didn't realize that it's not a armed railroad track. It's an old country bumpkin railroad track that's just got a sign that says, hey, and a train hits it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Is it bad that I'm less concerned about that than what actually happened?
Yeah,
like I'm less concerned
and I agree.
About a train hitting and killing him than I am him killing other people on the road.
Exactly, and I'm just using that as a reference. Yeah. It's his inability to be able to understand English, understand basic road signs, is what led to this. And now 3 people are dead. because he should have never been there. And if New Mexico would have done what they were supposed to do in the first place, and they were one of three states, and I can tell you the other two pretty quick, um, that weren't enforcing the law yet, like there should have been after almost 2 months. So now, after this accident was seen, these three states are under scrutiny for
Yep.
allowing this particular
That's legit.
driver to have a CDL when he was never supposed to. And now the government is stepping in and saying, hey, you can either start enforcing this law like it should have been enforced from the get go, even under the Obama administration, or we're going to start cutting funding for y'all, which amounts to millions of dollars. And if that millions of dollars doesn't make y'all enforce it, we're going to take further steps to make y'all enforce it. So the petition, I'm sorry, I don't agree with it,
That
even though it's
petition
his
should
first
not be.
offense.
That petition should not be a thing. The fact that 250,000 people signed it within a week is absolutely asinine.
More like
This man went
2.5
out
million.
there. Do what?
I know. Let me get an actual account of this real quick.
Yeah, I saw it when it first started happening, and within the first week, you had 250,000 signatures on it.
So, let's see. Pull this up. So there's one on change.org that's got over 40,000 on it right now.
Yeah.
All right. So here's one. This is reported on August 25th. Nearly 2.5 million people signed petition supporting driver of Houston deadly Florida crash. 2.5 million people. Now, I don't know if all these people are in India, the United States, where, but that's not a petition you should sign.
I
Because I
agree.
can tell you right now, if I go to India and I kill three people, whether
Oh, they'll
it's,
put you under the jail.
yeah, whether it's in an accident or on purpose, I'm
Yeah,
probably going to prison.
I'm not saying Harbinger Singh went out there with the intention of killing three people. I do not
Right.
believe for a fact that it is the case. Not for a
I
second.
don't think it is either.
However, he is responsible for it. He got behind the wheel of a vehicle that he had no business being behind because of our laws, and because the laws were not followed. Three innocent people who had done nothing wrong, are now dead.
I agree.
And not only should Harbinger Singh be held accountable, but the people that gave Harbinger Singh his CDL and that position in that 18-wheeler should be held accountable as well.
Right. Well, there's also now, okay, so you're going to like this. So I got some stuff pulled up before. All right. So Florida prosecutors, you can find this on the internet, um, subpoenaed records for the trucking company and everything, and all of Singh's records for his hiring, like his resume and stuff, and every employee for that company,
right,
to see their eligibility and their status to be able to drive.
right.
And I'm sorry, but it needs to happen.
It does.
These
And it's a
companies that
shame
are
that three people
knowingly,
had to lose their life for this to come to the
yeah,
forefront. But the fact of the matter is, we're here now. Let's fix it.
Yeah,
Let's prevent 3 more people from dying. Let's prevent 4 more people from dying. Let's prevent
yeah,
more death.
exactly. And I'm gonna touch on this too, because people are gonna play hypocrite and all that. I understand American drivers screw up.
Yeah, everybody does.
They're
Mistakes happen. I get that.
Yeah, but we also understand the road signs. We grew
Yeah,
up with them. We took tests to understand said road signs.
and
There
the
was
issue.
also good.
All I'm going to say is the issue wasn't that he made a mistake. Like mistakes happen. I get that. The issue is that he should have never been in that position to make that mistake.
Correct. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with you. He should have been in a different field, and then it never would have happened.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you could have put him in a different field, and then a different driver with the same issues could have been put in his position,
Yeah.
and the same thing happened, but in a different state or whatever. So, like you said, now 3 people lost their lives. Now it's under scrutiny. Now we're sitting here having to fix it.
Mhm.
And these ain't American lives that were lost. These were immigrants that came over trying to make a better life for themselves in
Yeah, but the left
America.
doesn't care about that. They came over the right way. They didn't illegally
They didn't
cross, and
come
they
over.
weren't.
Yeah, exactly. Now, here's another thing that I haven't touched yet. His brother, I think it was, the passenger in the semi
Oh,
truck
was
with
that
him.
his brother?
I'm pretty sure it was his brother. I don't know.
I haven't heard any word about the passenger. Frankly,
I've
I
got it
don't
here.
care. He wasn't the one driving.
Right. Yeah, it's the brother. Now, he um was he got contacted by US Border Patrol and everything, and then was let loose under the Biden administration,
Yeah,
just like his older brother. And now they're also charging him, but they're also deporting him because he's also illegal and should have never been here.
agreed.
So, um, it's time for us to clean up not only the trucking industry, but it's also time for us to clean up our country
Yeah.
in
And
general.
that starts with your local representatives. Everybody listening to this, get in touch with your local representative, whoever that may be. Demand that they follow the laws of this land and they enforce the laws of this land. That's what you put them in office to do. If they don't, primary their ass. Look at what Brandon Herrera is doing in District 23 in Texas. That man is trying for the second time to primary a bad congressman out of office because he's not fulfilling his promises to his constituents. He's making promises and then getting in office and voting for the complete opposite. Brandon,
Right.
the first time around, got within 407 votes. You don't think that number keeps him up at night? But he got within 407 votes of primarying that piece of shit out of office. And he's trying it again. So more people need to stand up and do that. This whole politicians have to already be rich thing, it's a load of bullshit. You just need to be a person of integrity, and you need to have the wherewithal to do what is right and do what is needed to stand up for your country.
And I agree with that. There's a reason that everybody, well, I wouldn't say everybody, but the majority voted Trump in. Not
Yeah,
only did Trump win the popular vote, but he also won, what's the other one called?
electoral college. He won
The le-
electoral college, which is it's common for a Republican to win electoral college. But
yeah,
he was the first Republican since I believe Nixon to win the popular vote.
exactly. There's a reason why the people voted him back in.
Yep.
And now the promises that he's made, he's keeping them. The first go around, there were some promises that he wasn't able to keep, but we also didn't have control of the house at
Well,
that
and
time.
I don't hold those promises that weren't kept the first time around on Trump. He surrounded himself, which is a rookie move for anybody. I don't really blame him for it, but it is something that he needs to learn from this time around. He surrounded himself with bad advice.
Yeah, and I mean it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, and don't get me wrong, I have my issues with the man too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do believe that the man should keep his mouth shut, but at the same time, that also makes him who he is.
Yes.
So,
I don't have a
I mean,
problem with him speaking his mind. I think somebody needs to monitor his Twitter, though.
yeah. Well, he ain't even on Twitter anymore, I don't think, is he?
He has access to the POTUS Twitter account, but I don't know if he's actually using it or not. But
Yeah.
somebody
I
needs
know
to
he's,
monitor his social media. Like that man says some wild shit on social media.
I mean, he's got Truth Social now, which is his own social media. That
Yeah.
I mean, I see stuff from that from time to time. I'm not part of it, but I do see reports on it.
Yeah, I've got my issues with Trump. I'm not saying the man is perfect. I'm not saying I agree with everything he's done, but he has done a lot of good for this country, and he is trying to do a lot more.
Yeah. So, but I know we're gonna try to do 2 episodes
Well, we'll
today
probably
if we
do 2 in
could.
one, just 2 in one to make it an hour long.
But I hate to do this to you,
You gonna have
but
to
we're
call it.
almost to where I'm gonna have to call it because we're almost to where we got to be, and I
Alrighty.
got to put fuel in the truck.
Yeah.
And then we got to swap out and stuff.
Okay. You want to record one again tomorrow?
If I'm in the position to do so, then yes, we can.
Do it. Let's make it a plan. All right, Bubba. We'll call it a wrap on
Ah,
this
buddy.
one. And I know it's a shorter episode, guys, but we'll get back into the swing of it. I had a bad flu, so
Yeah, we understand that, man. We all
yeah.
get there sometimes.
Like the great philosopher Willie Nelson once said, "Life's a bitch, and then you die."
Right. Ah, buddy.
All
Later.
right, later, bro.
Well, the sun set low on a Friday night. Seafood's hitting the dance floor, everything feels right. With a cold beer in hand and a smile on my face, we're dancing to the rhythm, feeling that bass. But I can't ignore it, no I can't deny. These honky-tonk lights, they call me like a high. So I'm gathering my friends, we're ready to go to a place where the whiskey and the good times flow. Welcome to Honky Tonkers Anonymous, where the jukebox plays our favorite songs. We're singing loud and we're feeling fabulous in this world where we all belong. So raise your glass, let's make a toast to the nights we won't forget. That's what we love the most. And Honky Tonkers Anonymous, we're living free, dancing through the night, just you and me. Now the bar's packed tight and the laughter's loud. Every heartache's forgotten in this wild crowd. With a two-step shuffle, we're kicking it back, spin around the floor, keeping on track. And when the band plays that old country tune, we'll raise our voices singing under the moon. No worries tonight, just the sound of the beat. In this honky-tonk heaven, life feels so sweet. Welcome to Honky Tonkers Anonymous, where the jukebox plays our favorite songs. We're singing loud and we're feeling fabulous in this world where we all belong. So raise your glass, let's make a toast to the nights we won't forget. That's what we love the most. In Honky Tonkers Anonymous, we're living free, dancing through the night, just you and me. Now the clock strikes 12, but we ain't done yet. With our hearts on fire and no regrets, we'll keep on dancing till the break of dawn. In this honky-tonk, we'll just carry on. Welcome to Honky Tonkers Anonymous, where the jukebox plays our favorite songs. We're singing loud and we're feeling fabulous in this world where we all belong. So raise your glass, let's make a toast to the nights we won't forget. That's what we love the most. And honky tonkers anonymous, we're living free, dancing through the night, just you and me.